spoken with the DC National Guard. And while I have to have more conversations with the chief of police, which I have today, and the mayor and my colleagues, we have a long way to get there. We just know that police alone is not getting it done.
Because I'm afraid to be out at night in the same community I was born and raised in. And we need all of us. When I was growing up, they said it took a village. Where my village? Where my warriors? Where my queens and kings? Where are you? We need you guys. We need you. Thank you. And say my son's name, Bernard Hodges. Bernard Hodges. Bernard Hodges. Bernard Hodges. Bernard Hodges. Bernard Hodges. As you all know him as BJ, he will live on. He will live on. I would love to see the Recreation Center named in his honor. Bernard Hodges. Thank you.
As you just heard it there, people, I said it. I called it. If you go back and look at my first reaction to the Walmart closing and shoplifting, I think the first one was I think it's in Poland. I think so, Poland. And the one in Chicago. I forget the other one. But if you guys go back and look at my coverage over that, I said it in the video. Why are they allowing all of this to happen? And I said it. Just like she just said it. It takes a village. I don't too much believe in the kings and queens stuff that she said, but I agree with what she said. You should take a village, right? Where is that village? You're destroying, they're allowing you to destroy your own village, your own community. That's who's going to suffer from this. You. You're the ones that's got to live there. You're the ones that's going to suffer. And I said, here at the beginning when the guy said, been in talks with the National Guard. I said in my first video, I'm like, it's only going, I don't know how long it's going to take, but eventually push is going to come to shove. You know what they say? Pressure busts pipes. National Guard, martial law. I said it. And you see things slowly coming into works. People like one people like me call it out, or other people like myself, we get called names. You a seller. Why you talking about black people? Why you talking about this? Why you saying black people black people deserve reparations? If you think in your mind if you deserve reparations, do you honestly think this is the way to go? You're destroying your own community. Your own neighborhood. How much sense does that make? It's like me saying, I want reparation, but you know what? I'm going to burn my house down. Who got to live in that house? I do. Should I allow you to destroy your community? They have bigger things in the play. Don't sit there and think that this allowing you to do this just because, they want to be soft on crime. No. It's a bigger picture being played here, but you're too slow to see it. You too caught up into, I could take this and just walk right out. You too caught up in that. No, when things hit the fan, you can only blame yourself. If you don't know what martial law is, you better go look it up. Do some research and some homework. But hey, I'm going to continue with the video. And this other video, I used to work for this company. It's Stop and Shop, but this one is Gaint. It's the same. That's a different branch. All right. I used to work there. I was a manager. I worked for that company for about 19 years. And I did hear in the works that they were closing some stores. Even on Long Island, where I live, they were closing some stores because there was too much shoplifting. They can't keep up with it.
4-year-old daughter with me, to have to walk through a group of people and to have to say, excuse me, just to go shopping. It makes no sense at all.
Residents uncomfortable just going grocery shopping in their own D.C. neighborhoods.
And concerns that some of those stores could actually pack up and close. And that father you just heard from shared his concerns with 7 News last month. Today, one council member now is speaking out in an effort to try and keep that particular store open.
And this one is critical because it sits right in the middle of a food desert. There are only a few full-service grocery stores in this part of the city, and losing one could be devastating.
Our Nick Minot caught up with the council member Trayon White at the Giant on Alabama Avenue and is making these concerned voices heard. Nick?
Yeah, he is. Trayon White says Giant told him this Giant grocery store in Southeast D.C. has lost $500,000 in product, accounting for 20% of sales, all due to shoplifting.
To date, this Giant has had at least 135 stops from people stealing from the store. And they're almost double that amount that didn't get stopped. And so I want to speak to the community today as the leader of this community.
DC City Council member Trayon White spoke out about the high rate of shoplifting at this giant grocery store on Alabama Avenue Southeast. It's one of only 4 major grocery store locations east of the Anacostia River. And if this store closes its doors, White warned the impacts will be devastating and create a food desert for some DC residents. A month ago, 7 News showed you how ANC commissioners and the community gathered at the giant location to speak out about their concerns that this store may leave their community if safety doesn't improve.
Live for us in Silver Spring, it's gotten really bad, Steph.
It has, and he says they're not closing just yet, but they are issuing warnings in Factorin as we were on air during the 5 o'clock show talking about this issue. DC police and the fire department were responding to a stabbing at a Giant supermarket. We do have a live picture of the scene there. This is Park Road Northwest and the Giant store there. It's this type of violence and the theft crimes that has the company president warning the community that something needs to be done. Ira Kress, told me that they're spending tens of millions of dollars to address crime at their stores over the past few years and that the costs keep escalating.
It makes me feel like I live in a different world than where we used to live. I mean, it used to be you could go to any place you wanted to go and you could feel safe and go shopping, do whatever you need. Now you got to watch over your shoulder. I love Giant. I come here all the time. I like their products. When you come to a store, though, you need to be able to feel free and safe to come. So I don't think it's just Giant's problem. I also think it's the law enforcement and those that make the law.
That was a customer there at the Silver Spring store here talking about how he views some of the issues and the way it has to be addressed. The Giant president, Ira Kress, he tells Fox 5 that they've had to increase security at some stores, lock up products, and close certain entrances at their stores trying to address the crime along with employee customer safety. And the president says that his company is working with police, but police already have their hands full with shootings and carjackings. A big problem, he says, is the lack of punishment. For example, in Maryland, there has to be a theft of up to $1,500 or more for that theft to be considered a felony. We also spoke with a Giant employee who feels that, Giant could do more, like hiring more staff and making security enhancements across the board so that more eyes are on the product and more is being done to address things evenly. The Landover-based company has about 165 stores. A few shoppers tell us they feel the burden should be on everyone to address this.
We're not a bank. We don't have vaults. And I don't want to create an environment where everything is locked up in the stores. But I do not see today anything occurring which is going to significantly impact positively the escalation that's occurring.
7 News is asking the mayor and MPD what changes have been made since then to help. The mayor's office sent 7 News a statement that said Mayor Bowser is leading conversations with stakeholders to discuss public safety. Meanwhile, Giant has hired security, but Trayon White says more needs to be done.
We also learned that Giant in its leadership has spent over $300,000 in security. But that did not derail or take away from the people stealing. In fact, the regional manager told us that people had stuff in their carts walking straight through the door.
I seen it.
Straight through the door. But taken from their store is really taken from yourself.
I said that.
We are home to a lot of senior citizens and elders who have to eat at this store.
There you have it, guys. I said that. The same exact things he said. I said it in my previous videos. You're only doing this to yourself. If you think you're doing something that you think you're gaining off of, no. That affects your whole community. Everybody that you know, your family, your mother, your cousin, your uncle. That affects everybody across the board. That's what I'm saying. Where this type of mentalities come from? Then you hear the guy said, carjacking, shootings, all of that stuff is going on at the same time. Yes, those are ones that enforce the laws and make the laws needs to be held accountable. Like how you, like the guy said in the car. He had never seen times like this. He's like, oh, he never thought he would have seen times like this. Me neither, and I'm young. I have never seen nothing like this. Nothing. And I've been living in America for going on 26, 27 years. And I have never seen anything like this. Never. What do you think was going to happen when you give pretty much no type of punishment for crimes for criminals? You hear the word criminals? What do you think is going to happen? Who is making these laws? Judge, jury, where do you think this was going to make sense? And when you said Maryland, you got to be at least $1,500 for it to be considered a felony. $1,500? Ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And I worked it, so everything they saying is the truth. I watch people literally. Cause I worked the overnight shift. Early in the morning, try to walk out with shopping carts full of seafood, chicken, detergents. I mean, full. Try to walk right out the door. Like where do you feel that comfortable to just stack your cart up? That probably worth like about $600 because you got seafood and all that stuff is expensive. And you trying to walk right out the front door? Not even no type of guilt, nothing. Brazen, that's bold. That is scary. Think about how scary that is. And I said in my other video, when you do this in the community and save that giant closed down, no, you gotta, if you're from that community, no, you gotta travel to the next one, which could be like 30, 40 minutes away. So you, in the long run, man, you're hurting yourself and your own people. And then they want to talk about racism. Then they want to talk about we being oppressed. Who is doing this? Who is doing all the shoplifting in that area? The majority of that area is black. You're doing this to yourself. But somehow they always try to blame somebody else. No. You're the ones that's responsible. This is just common sense, man. And it's just sad that the elders have to pay for the sins of what the younger ones are doing. And some of the older ones are doing it too. People that depend on to get stuff there. They got the pharmacy there. People got to get their medicine, prescriptions. What if they close that one down? Now you got to travel all the way to the next one just to get your prescriptions. You hear what they said? There's barely any type of food stores there. It's like four. One closed, what you got? And let's have another one closed, you got two. Then what? People don't think in the long run of the consequences when you do things like this, man. People, we gotta wake up, man. It has to stop. It has to be a stopping point. And all of this started, let's be honest. All this right here started in when? Let me see who can guess in the comment section. 2020, BLM, Black Lives Matter. Where are they right now? Where are they? They're the ones that started this. They condoned this type of behavior. They condoned it. Then you got these black mayors, governors, condoning the side. They're making excuses. Vote them out. Get somebody else in there. I don't care left or right, but get somebody else that you know will try to do something to stop this from happening. But continue to happen. Somebody got to stop it. They condone this type of behavior. I know you guys see it. It's just crazy, man. I just can't believe that people are allowing this to happen. I hear what he said. Almost 300,000 on desk security. That's not even including the workers, the utility bills to run the store. They're taking a loss. That's why he said if this continue to happen, the store will have no choice but to shut it down. And what does that do? Everybody in that black community that works there will be out of a job. So now they got to go and figure out how they're going to pay their bills, how they're going to feed their kids, all because you want to be entitled to things that you didn't work hard for. And this is getting ridiculous, man. Don't forget, when you talk about the National Guard, martial law, you guys better keep that in mind, man. It's only a matter of time. I really hope it don't come to that, but people are not listening. They want to call guys like me that call it out names, or any other black YouTubers that call out this type of behavior. They call us names. We are trying to avoid things hitting the fan, all right? We're trying to help you from trying to stop you from destroying your own community that you're living in. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just getting worse, and you see it's starting to happen everywhere. Slowly starting to happen everywhere. Something got to be done soon. Otherwise, it ain't going to be pretty. Everything's going to be online. You heard what they said? They're talking about the dollar, right? The drop of the American dollar. I mean, digital currency. They're tracking every single money that's moving. Take out the bigger picture, man. Hey, you guys enjoyed the video? Make sure you like, share, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. And until then, I'll catch you guys in this video. Peace out. You guys have a blessed day.